Good morning. Well, not good morning. What am I talking about? Good evening, everyone. Man, I'm over here messed up. But good evening, everyone. We welcome you all to another episode of the Black Market Podcast presented by Hack the Markets. I am one of your co-hosts, AC, also known as the Market Oracle.
Got Raheem the Dream checking in. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, 4K Ken stopping by. Let's see what everybody talking about. What y'all see in the market today?
What we saw in the market today? Mm.
What's some news that y'all heard of today?
I saw a couple things out there today. I saw a couple of moves.
Same.
Saw a couple moves. I saw a couple of headlines and stuff of that nature too. Cause over the weekend, we don't have Jerome on here tonight, but he loved that SpaceX and what is it? SpaceX, Virgin
war.
Galactic,
Yeah.
all that type stuff. So of course we know Virgin Galactic. They sent Richard Branson up to the moon, or supposedly up to the moon somewhere. He went somewhere out of space. He went somewhere this weekend. So he had him a nice little trip on yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Yeah. Some people took a Delta flight. That man went up to space yesterday.
Exactly, and then came back like it was nothing.
Wild.
Y'all heard anything about the success on the trip and all that or anything? It's just like
So I haven't heard anything like concrete or anything, but I have heard that they deemed it a success. They deemed it a success. So
yeah, I saw videos of them kind of just floating around and just being up there, but I don't really know what other than just going up there and coming back if they were really doing anything else.
Sightseeing, got some sightseeing.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll see how that. Bumped Virgin Galactic up a little bit this week.
It did. Now, did you guys see that? Elon Musk, he actually reserved a flight. He reserved a flight with Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, he even got in where he could fit in.
Yeah. So he just reserved a flight with him. So that's something right there, though. And I think he actually watched it take off from the headquarters out in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting right there. So having Elon Musk, kind of like back you in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty big. That's pretty big in my eyes. I mean, I don't know about too many other people, but I mean, because he has SpaceX, but SpaceX isn't doing like recreational flights either.
Right.
So that's the thing, like, because that's what Virgin Galactic is really trying to hit. They're trying to hit like that sweet spot where it's like people that want to go like recreationally outer space. Like, know how many people really going to be doing that one? Yeah, it's pretty expensive to do it. So not something that you can just.
Guess it's something for the bucket list.
Yeah, definitely something for the bucket list. I'll say that. Yeah. But to say that you're about to be doing this every weekend, I don't know about that one. That's some pretty interesting news, though. So because of that, Jeff Bezos, he's supposed to be going out of space pretty soon. This was like the race for the billionaires to get out of space, the race to space for the billionaires. So
the first person that can move around 28 million in a couple days.
Yeah, exactly. So Bezos, I think he's going like. I think they said he was scheduled for 9 days later, so he's like the 20th or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get that. What is his Blue Origin or something like that? I think his Blue Origin. It'll be interesting to see what they have going on. I don't know too much about Blue Origin, so I'm not sure if they're shooting off like rockets or what they're doing. Because Virgin Galactic, they shoot that thing off of like a aircraft. They just take off from like a airport, and then they like take off from like an airplane. The thing kind of like falls off and then just kind of goes.
Yeah, they said once you get to like 3,000 feet, then it ignites and then they go straight up from there.
Yeah. So that's interesting right there to see how they're doing that. So I'm assuming that because they're doing it that way that you don't have to have as much training. Because I'm trying to figure this out. Like recreationally going out of space, how does that even work? Cause like with the astronauts, aren't they really in there like training their whole life to be an astronaut? They in there like going through the little
Got
G-force
physical condition,
machine,
like,
throwing
yeah.
up. They got their face wiggling and all that stuff. They're doing all this wild stuff. And then we talking about we just gonna get on this plane and go out of space. Like, I don't know about that, man. Like, don't we need a little bit more preparation than that?
That just tells you how sweet the flight must be. Then if they're just able to get in the plane, go up there and come back.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you just like going up there, yeah, we're just gonna break through orbit in a second and then we're gonna come back. Like, I'm not getting how that happens.
Yeah,
Maybe you get like a rush or something. Maybe it's like a roller coaster.
Oh, you thinking it's like some Six Flags stuff?
Maybe it's like Six
You don't
Flags.
even really get out all the way out of space. Then you just kind of go a little bit out of space.
man, this thing is going
Kinda
20
peek out of space.
miles an hour.
How fast?
2,300 miles an hour.
2,300. Man, that's fast.
Hey, you ain't got no roller coaster to go that
2,300. Hold on. So people signing up to go 2,300 miles an hour.
And I guess you don't feel it.
Dang, you don't feel going 2,300 miles an hour.
Hey, maybe that's what they signing up for.
I guess because there's no way you can prepare. Like you can't just go, oh, I want to go do this next week. They've got to take your vitals, do all that kind of stuff. And,
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, so can anybody just go out of space? Like, I can just go out of space. Like, as long as I got the money, I'm just good. Boom, I can go out of space. Like, that is wild. Like, so I can sign up and go out of space tomorrow. Like, what kind of mess is this, man?
No prerequisites.
Nothing. It's like, man, you can just go. You breathing? Yeah, you good.
You got your money green? You good?
That's it.
You good. Is it the US dollar? Okay, you good. That's some wild stuff to me though. But because I know for sure Elon Musk has not trained to be an astronaut. He got SpaceX, all that type stuff, but they're not even doing too many manned missions. They just did the first manned mission, like what? Was it this year or like late last year? It was recent. So I know that this guy right here isn't training to be an astronaut. Richard Branson, this dude is like, isn't he like some type of royalty or something over there across seas or something like that? So it's like this dude ain't training to be no astronaut, man.
Yeah, definitely not doing anything towards what you'd have to do.
Hey, and with that being said, that makes me believe that these guys might just they might have did the Apollo to us, and they might have did like, these boys done fabricated something else now.
Now do we really land on the moon?
Exactly. They done fabricated something else now, man. Like, hey, you know how good that Disney stuff is. You already know we was talking about how Disney was they had to be working with those cops down in Tampa. Because the way that guy was talking about how they was manipulating everything that he said and made him say stuff he didn't say. Edited the video to make him do stuff he didn't do. I said, man, yeah, the police, they got to be trained by Disney down there in Florida. They got to be.
Somebody they re-edited. What is a crime scene? I don't think I heard about it.
Yeah, so basically it was the one where the guy was he was on the murder charge. Mm-hmm. And he was defending himself. So a lot of people only saw certain bits and pieces. You know, the guy that like Sideshow Bob. Yeah. So people only saw like bits and pieces of that thing. Right. You really had to watch the whole video. And if you watch the whole video, oh, this man says some like very memorable stuff. And one of those things was that he didn't say a lot of that stuff on there, but he said one or two words on there, but the rest of that stuff he didn't say. And then he said that they fabricated the video. Yeah. I was like, man, these guys are like awesome, like audio engineers and editors, animation editors, man, because there's no other way that I could see that y'all doing all this stuff, man.
Right.
But it said they made a video. They custom made
everything that he did that day.
This got to be in Florida. You said this was in Florida, right?
So this day right here was just make believe,
The Florida man.
It did not happen in his world. It was fabricated.
Yeah, I need to go back because if you that short clip of that video just says how crazy he sounded. So I need to go listen to the whole
It's
thing.
like it may be about 30 minutes long. It's a good watch. I'll tell you, if you want to laugh, it's a good watch. Cause this guy just sits there and goes back and forth, just walks around hollering about nothing. Like the dude is clearly on something, or I don't know. He crazy. He got something going on with him though. We could definitely tell that.
It's a law school on it.
But that's some interesting stuff. Hey, so what y'all thinking about AMC?
Oh yeah, I was just about to think about that too, boy.
What y'all thinking about AMC, man?
Hey, they about to get ready and do the play again.
Hey,
It's hard to tell if it's worth it getting back in here.
that's the thing, because I mean, they say they had a record weekend attendance. Thing is though, how much does that matter? How much does that really matter? Because I mean, when you think about it,
right, it doesn't even impact the trade at all. It's not like we were trading any type of movement or volume or anything like that. So
exactly.
It's popular.
And think about it. You got record attendance. That's awesome. But that just means that you're back to making decent margins, decent money. It's not like you came out and now you're selling movie tickets for $30 a person. So with that being, because I mean, especially if you came out with something like that, nobody would go anyway. With that being said, though, like we already know that the stock market is a forward-looking discounting mechanism. So with that being said, there's not too many people out here thinking, not expecting to see what they would consider a record weekend attendance, because everybody been in the house for so long. Even with a record weekend attendance, that's only a record weekend attendance. That's only what, 2 days, 3 days? What happens to the rest of the days? Like, did you make money then?
We've been in COVID.
They ain't getting all their revenue back in 2 days.
And then, like, just because you had one record weekend, like, did that make up for all the other months that you lost out on money?
Right.
So it's a lot of questions right there. I mean, like, the headline, boom, is flashing. AMC Entertainment Analyst says record weekend attendance. But they also saying it doesn't mean much. I'm on the same level with them, that it doesn't mean much, too. Because, I mean, like, hey, like I just said, like, besides that, what, 2 or 3 day week, that 2 or 3 day period, what really is like driving this? Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe they saying for in the long term, they thinking like, this is a good start for us to be just getting back.
Well, for a quick trade, they saying that they're not impressed. The analyst's not impressed. I'm not impressed. Analyst's not impressed. Ain't nobody impressed.
Right. Hey, the retailers are, and what we know is
the retailers are, and guess what?
What we know is the new market, and the way the new market been running is being ran by retailers.
So the thing is, one thing that we know is that whenever we see price like running and moving higher, like on some crazy stuff, 9 times out of 10, what we do know that's happening is that some big people are selling into this. That's the whole reason why I moved up. Because there's so much market manipulation out here, so much this, that, and the other. It's so many different things that you can do. It's so much level 2 manipulation. It's so much price action manipulation. It's so much stop hunting. It's so much all this, that, and the other, to the point where it's like, it's almost
a lot, bro.
It's a lot that you're battling against. So you can say like the retailers are about to try to take it in control, but then when them big boys really step in, like, unless they're trading in your favor.
We've experienced this before with these stocks, though, man.
But that's how it is now. That's the type of market we're in.
That's the type of market we're in now.
When you see that thing go up, just know that people are selling into this. Like, it's some huge sellers that are coming in, and because the market moved up, it's allowing them to sell into it. Because you got to understand that everybody doesn't get stock how we get stock. The way we get stock is we have to go out and purchase it. We have to spend money on it. Everybody don't get stock like that. Some people just get it given to them.
Yeah. Okay. The company.
It's a lot of people that just give it to them, and it's not just because you work for a company that gave you part of their company's stock.
Right. Yeah, that's just one example.
Yeah, but that is one example. That is how you can acquire some stock and not have to pay for it.
Mm.
That is definitely a way.
You see, Robinhood,
But
you
it's
get
a lot of other ways that you can get it too.
I mean, you know, you got families that are actually been, you know, planning this stuff out for their family years that past
You
now.
got
So,
that too, but guess what? I'm talking about on an even bigger picture.
okay.
The people who actually run the stock market. These guys just give each other stock all the time just to advertise stuff.
Hmm.
And
to go
then
along.
what do?
You have to
They
buy
sell it. I
that.
mean, like they're not having to go and purchase any of this stuff. So when they see that move to the upside, they're dumping. 9 times out of 10, you're not even gonna see their buy transaction come across the board or anything like that because it was never a buy transaction.
Hmm.
That's a great way to hide it too.
Yeah,
You
it
see what I'm
is.
saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a lot of movement going on that we may not see.
Bro, it's a lot of games out here. It's a whole lot of games out here, man. Like people will open up different brokerage accounts. They will have multiple brokerage accounts just so that they can hide their traces. Cause you gotta understand, man, that when you got big trades coming in and you trying to do certain things and you trying to manipulate certain markets, you gotta have like more than one account. You can't just have one account and just think that you finna rule. But if you got a couple of little accounts and they're doing this, that, and the other, oh yeah, you can run some schemes real fast. And it's not, I won't say a scheme, but you can definitely manipulate some stuff.
Which is why we highlight proper risk management.
Yeah.
You know what's going on behind the scenes.
You can definitely manipulate some stuff. And that's the thing. Like you get a whole bunch of guys that's doing that. You got large orders. Okay, so you got that large order coming in. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
So instead of it coming through, say for instance, we got some trader at Goldman Sachs that knows that he has 100,000 shares of whatever coming Marriott or whatever work day, something. You got 100,000 shares of this thing. So it's a big order because these stocks that I'm talking about like $100, $200. So that's coming through. Okay. They're gonna start hitting at this thing like because it's a whole bunch of tactics. This isn't just the only way that they're gonna do it, but some people are gonna go in there and just bid this thing up off all these things and set the price up. You got some people who are gonna work the order. Man, you got a whole bunch of little tactic strategies and all types of games that they're gonna play with this market. You got front running that come into play. You got a lot of conflict of interest that go on in the stock market, man. Because you got brokers and then they're also working as market makers. Like, so they're filling orders, but also the market maker at the same time. I mean, it's a lot of stuff like that going on out here.
Okay, AC. So we talk about the example, with AMC and their record breaking weekend, right?
Right.
So I got another example. So I want to know what you all think about this.
Okay.
So we also had, the Black Widow, big drop, the movie release.
Yeah.
Do you think that would affect anything with Disney?
That will probably affect something with Disney, yeah, because that directly comes out of Disney's camp. And to be honest,
With the
if
Disney
I'll
flop,
say this, if you trying to watch Black Widow by yourself, it would be best to go to the movie theater. If you trying to pay for two people or anybody or any more than that, it's best if you watch it at the house because they're charging you 30. You see what I'm
hey,
saying?
you
It's
going for
$30
Disney? I
for
mean, that's
Disney.
Disney.
But if you go on a date, that bad boy gonna be at least $32 to $36 just because of the movie ticket prices.
Yeah, movies ain't cheap.
Exactly.
They inflated. The prices are inflated on them.
So with that
Especially-
being said, it's like a lot of people that have like kids or people that just don't want to go out. They're still talking about post-pandemic stuff, and people that's just smart, they might just sit at the house, just being cost efficient. They might sit at the house and just pay that 30. That goes directly to Disney. They don't have to split nothing with the movie
They
theater or
do it
anything
on
like that.
they got that. They had it planned on Disney Plus or something like that. Or
Yeah,
how
so I
got it-
think you have
Yeah.
Disney Plus,
or
but the
something
thing
like
is,
that?
even if you have Disney Plus, you still have to pay for the premiere.
Okay. So they did that premiere independently. They did it to themselves. They kept it to themselves. They didn't allow
So
other.
yeah, you can go to the theater if you want to, or you can actually buy it off Disney Plus.
Right. AMC was doing an at-home thing as well too at one
Okay,
point.
see, I didn't know about that one.
I didn't know
So
that.
what's the
Disney
purpose of
Plus.
AMC doing something at home then?
Well, whenever they didn't have, when they were during the pandemic, when people couldn't come in,
Yeah.
that was an alternative. Because they couldn't. But
So
whenever
what
the
did they have, like an app or something like that you signed into?
yeah, I believe it was like an app or a website login.
Okay. I was wondering how that would work out because I'm like, how in the world is the movie theater gonna do something virtual? Like, because in
Right.
that case, I might as well just get like on demand or something like that, or use one of the apps
yeah.
to use it.
Yeah, they've got a streaming bundle that you can do that'll have, I guess, all movies and show episodes too.
Okay.
And see, they actually had a little competition with this because some movie releases were with HBO Max.
See, HBO Max got
took over a
everything.
lot as well.
Yeah.
See, HBO Max got everything that's Warner Brothers. You know, the Warner Brother and everything like that.
Mhm.
So like, Space Jam that's about to come out. All that stuff is HBO Max. Like, so all that stuff just goes directly to HBO Max. You don't even have to pay for that. That's
Yeah.
like the caveat to having HBO Max. It's like a lot of people really like HBO Max. Like they're going over to that because it's like I don't even have to pay for the new stuff that's coming out. And they have a lot of movies that come out on Warner Brothers.
It's really hard for AMC to be able to compete with those streaming services that's already been in the game like that.
Exactly. The only reason why you would even go to the movie theater is because you wanted that movie experience. Because otherwise, like Space Jam,
Right.
there's no reason for me to go to the movies for real. Because it's gonna come out on my television right here. The only reason why I would go to the movie theater is because I just wanted to go to the movie theater to see it. Other than that, it's free right here.
Now that leads to another question. Do you think AMC have any exclusive movies to themselves to give them some type of edge?
Man, the only way they'll be able to do that is if they bought a studio. Because I mean, you got to think about it. AMC doesn't produce anything. They're kind of like Walmart.
Right.
They're just like the place that people come to buy the goods. They're like a marketplace in a sense. So it's like they're not producing anything. They just have stuff here and you come here and buy it.
I think they also have these other different, like with that streaming bundle, it's like Sundance TV, where like other films are so maybe mid-level films that you might not get exposure to on these bigger platforms.
Okay.
I think that also
and some small exclusive, not nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good caveat. That's a good thing to have. I mean, I'm not going to be mad about
They need to
that.
have something because
You got to have something. You got to have
Fight
something.
with those guys, man. They can't hang with those HBO and Disney, Netflix.
And they don't I guess they're also not with Hulu too. So that's another live streaming that they've been trying to track. So
you definitely got to have something, though. I'll say that. Like, because competing with all these guys now, the streaming services and all this stuff. And then, like I said, we're dealing with a post-COVID world. Like, right now, we got the Delta. Like, how long ago did we talk about this Delta COVID? The Delta variants, I'm sorry. The Delta COVID variants.
Delta 8 or something like that.
So the thing is now, like, they're saying that the thing is, like, taking over even more now, I think. Like, I think they said this thing is, like, prevalent, like, extreme prevalent now over here in the U.S. now. Like, especially, like, in the, I want to say they said in the South and all that stuff now.
What they call it? Delta 8?
I don't know if it's Delta A.
Oh, that's the
Delta 8. Oh, Delta, man, you talking about the THC Delta 8, man. No, we ain't talking about that, man.
Hey.
We ain't talking about the CBD market and all that stuff.
Hey, that bit sound like coronavirus.
It sound like it, don't it?
Delta variant, but yeah, that's I don't know. We're just seeing cases in the UK started.
But see, the thing is, man, you remember I talked about this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that's why I was telling everybody I was short Marriott. Cause why would I not be short these companies like this when I know for sure? Like, I'm browsing these websites, and the only people that's not talking about it is the U.S. Cause all these other countries were going into lockdown.
I need to go ahead and get my little news recap for the week.
I'm telling you.
touch
Man.
up on it, cause you know
I saw
United
one
States the
about-
last one. We don't even.
And guess who was the last ones to shut down and all that stuff on the first wave? The U.S. So it's like we're not on top of it. I'm not even gonna say that we are the best ones to listen to right now. Because clearly we waited to the very end, and then we say, "All right, everybody, hold on. All right, jump out, hit your parachute."
We outside.
We thought we was gonna make it. No, we ain't gonna make it. Jump.
Oh my goodness. Hey, that's hilarious.
Hey,
I'm seeing ones like 6 fully vaccinated wedding guests got COVID, 1 passed. 19 of 20 people have now gotten the variant who were vaccinated. Like, it's gonna be a whole nother
see, that's
game.
what I'm saying. And now Pfizer talking about you got to come in for your routine checkup. You got to come in for a little oil change. I mean, not oil change. What they call it? It's a vaccine. That's what I mean. They call it a vaccine.
You got another dose. The third dose.
Hey, got to get you that third dose of that oil. I mean, the vaccine.
Well,
I'll give you a tuna.
Yeah, they gotta go ahead and reset you a little bit.
Yeah, this is new cases up 32% the last 7 days.
That's crazy though. And then when you think about it, so you got this stuff. So you got what we said, record-breaking stuff from AMC with the movie theaters. You got the playoffs going on. So of course you got like
in person, physically.
Yeah. So you got arenas going crazy. I've been going out to Six Flags a little bit myself. Six Flags has been looking pretty, solid. A lot of people out there at the park. People are getting out. But I wonder if people are going to start going back in now once they start hearing about this Delta. Because the thing is, now we're about to go back into like the fall season with September, October, right around that time, November.
I don't think you're going to get people going back to any phase 1, anything like that. Not with football season coming around.
Hey, if they told them that you can stay working at the house, they gonna be like, oh yeah.
Right. Not everybody wants to switch out, but
hey, they tell them you can work at the house and get that unemployment again. If you can't work at the house, they go sign up, man.
They throw semis at us now. That might do it.
They gonna sign up for it, man.
That might do it. But I don't think we're gonna get back to that level. People just don't fear it.
Wow. Yeah. Nah, they ain't with that sticking in. I know.
I don't think they are either. But at the same time, this Delta variant ain't playing with them. So
that's what they say.
And seeing what they saw previously, I don't know how many people want to take a chance, especially with so many people that did pass away from this stuff. I don't know how lackadaisical people are gonna want to take this thing now. Just because that it's a variance, and they say that the variance is even more contagious now, and all it's like souped up. It's like the COVID on steroids now. Like this thing done went and got in the gym and got strong.
They done already told us this one time. Get what? Nothing. It was bloodshed count every single day, and these people still going on. But they don't care. See, they not gonna care what they say. They don't care if they're gonna say this thing gonna turn you into a rattlesnake. They don't care.
And then they're gonna be riding around with the rattlers.
It's just especially people who aren't wearing masks, and you say it's more contagious than before. Their signs are on businesses saying masks are not required.
So yeah, because supposedly and then one thing that I was looking at is like for Georgia specifically, because that's what we are. For the past 2 weeks, we have been on an uptrend. We talk about with the market, so we talk about trending market. So hey, this ain't no market, but it is a trend. And this thing hit a bottom, and it is trending back up now. So, with that being said, I wouldn't say that it's something to be very, very, very cautious, and you just need to put the brakes on everything right now. But I would keep an eye on it.
Hey, guess what? People ain't wearing masks at the gym either. I'm talking about I'll be the only person there with a mask on. Maybe one or two.
Man, shoot, if I go to the gym with a mask on, I ain't gonna make it.
You gotta get these.
Hey, it do be tough though with that.
I ain't gonna make it, bro. I'm gonna need an oxygen mask.
That's like those elevation masks.
Hey, that what it feel like.
Elevation, man. You definitely don't want me to make
Man, those things are the truth.
it.
Hey, they gonna make it. They gonna get you right.
That's what turns you into a super athlete.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna feel like I'm a super soldier, like what they talk about on the Marvel things.
Man.
For real though.
Well,
Hey,
sure.
speaking on sports and all that stuff though, I know we was talking about it a little bit earlier. Of course we had talked about Tampa winning they had won the last hockey thing, which is all crazy. Like I don't understand how they keep winning. First off, you're winning at hockey in Florida. How is that happening? How is Florida winning the Stanley Cup? Like I'm just not getting that, number one. They won it back to back on top of that, and this isn't the first time. Like I think this is like the third time winning it. So that right there is odd to me. Like that Tampa Bay is winning. Like first off, how are they winning in all of these sports? I don't get that either.
Yeah, so they got best sports team as an ESPY too.
Exactly, because that's the thing. Like they had tried to deem them like the new title town. Now we talked about it a little earlier, but I saw another thing about it today. But that's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know what they have going on in the waters down there in Tampa, but that's where that guy that was talking all that crazy mess, Sideshow Bob, that's where he was at down there in Tampa. And you know that's right there, an hour away from Disney. I'm telling you, man, Disney got their hands in everything, man. They making real life Marvel superheroes down there, and we don't even know it.
Oh man.
But with that being said, we got the MLB home run derby tonight, so that should be some fun some fun TV to watch.
Oh yeah.
A crazy playoff game last night.
Yeah, that was a crazy playoff game. So of course, we saw the Suns take it what it was 2-0. They were whooping them boys over there in Phoenix. Then they take it back to Milwaukee, and it was just like these guys had never even touched a basketball. It looked like these boys had went to the next Space Jam. I was sitting there looking at them like, man, who is this? Is this Chris Paul or is this Tweety Bird? Who is this?
Everything changed. I thought this was going to be a real sweep. It was going to be
Hey, them boys was out there balling. They started looking at their hands. They was like, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm talking about they got ran off the court, man. That did not look like the same team that played in them first two games. But it also made the finals a little bit more interesting because I did not want to see a sweep.
Man. Professional politics. Y'all know professional gonna set it up.
Yeah. Me personally, I did not want to see a sweep. That was gonna be a sorry finals if we saw a sweep.
That's true. I was just happy. I would have been happy that Chris Paul and Beckham got one. That was all I was.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to get one.
Yeah, that a sweep, man, that would have been terrible though. Yeah. That would have been like when the Nets used to make it to the playoffs all the time back in the day. I used to hate seeing the Nets make it to the playoffs. They would make it to the finals, and you know that was guaranteed sweep. Oh, they had Jason Kidd and everybody on the team. Sweep. Every time they made it to the finals, everybody took the brooms out, man, because you knew this wasn't going to be a contest. Like, they automatically just gave it to the team that played the Nets that year because they was that trash. Like, I don't even the East was just that trash. Like, I didn't understand it. And I never understood how the West was just so much better than the East. Like, that just, because it's not like college how you going out and recruiting people.
Yeah.
So I just never understand how all the best players end up in the West. And then we had LeBron for a second in the East, and now he in the West. We ain't got nobody. We got Kevin Durant now.
Yeah,
we got Kawhi. No, Kawhi dipped. I forgot he went back to the West. He was in the East. He went back to the West. Everybody in the West.
Once you get to these players, they want to go somewhere and be able to have a lake or oceanfront property, you know, all that kind of thing. If you
maybe I'd go to Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, and how many people on the West getting oceanfront properties besides the Lakers and the Clippers?
That's why the Lakers roster's always so deep. You always hear
them boys ain't won the championship since the bubble, man. The bubble was just like that was like some fluke mess. Because after the bubble, them boys can't go out the first round. They got the same team, if not better team.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I want.
And then they played the Heat. How in the world did the Heat make it to the finals last year? Like, that was like some...
That team was loaded, though. They got some movers.
That was like some left field stuff. Like, nobody would have been able to tell me that the Heat was going to make it to the finals last year. I would have laughed at you.
Look at this. I would say 2 years ago you wouldn't have guessed the Suns.
Definitely not. The
I
Suns.
wouldn't have said the Suns either because the Suns were so trash. But when I saw them playing with Chris Paul, and then you got to understand Chris Paul's track record. Every time Chris Paul gets on a team, he turns that team up. The team always turns into some nice team because even with the Thunder they did it, the Clippers they did it. When we was with the Hornets, like every team, Chris Paul has always been that good leader. Then you got to remember he's the leader of the basketball organization, like right for the players league and all that stuff. So it's like the dude got some leadership skills. So he knows how to get guys where they need to be, get them, amped up, coached up, and all that type of stuff. And he's been in the league for forever. He 36 now, 35, 36. So, I mean, the guy deserves it. I can't believe that this is his first finals, to be honest, because the guy should have been in the finals for a very long time. But especially with those teams that he had out there in L.A., I still don't understand how he didn't make it out there. Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. Like, he had some players on his team, man. Like, I didn't understand that. But, I mean, he there now, and he winning now, so we going to hope that he get it now.
Yep. I think it's got to be this time that he does it. He gets hurt in the first playoffs. Doug has to go through COVID.
Yeah, I forgot about the Rockets. He was with the Rockets, and the Rockets turned up. Like, I forgot all about the Rockets. That was like the piece that, and once he went down, because they were about to beat Golden State. And once he went down, they lost.
That was it.
Literally. Because, I mean, those guys were finna win.
It's now. It's going to be even harder, to put that storybook together and have this team come together. Other than Booker and Bridges is pretty good. And Ayton, they're young, though.
Yeah, they're very young. They're very, very young. DeAndre Ayton, extremely young. What are you, like, this is second year in the league now? Third year?
Like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so extremely young. So let me see. We got some odds tonight if anybody want to take some bets on the home run derby. So I don't even know how to say this first dude. So we going to say Shohei Ohtani. I guess that's how you say it.
Oh, that's the place for the Dodgers. Right?
Yeah, he plus 290. So it seemed like he got the best odds, plus 290. Joey Gallo, 450. Pete Alonso, 550. Plus 450 and then plus 550. Matt Olson, plus 675. Juan Soto, plus 800. Who we got? Trevor Story, plus 800. Salvador Perez, plus 900. Trey Mancini, 1,100. Plus 1,100. So that guy right there is terrible. So if you want to make some money, put $100 on Trey. If he win, you make 1,100. Clearly, he's not gonna win. But if he does, you make some money. That is your long shot, Trey. And we're not talking about Ice Trey down here in Trey Young with the Hawks. But those are your courtesy of DraftKings. Those are your betting odds for the home run derby tonight. It actually started now, so you might have needed to already have your bets in. It might be a little too late right now, but they in Coors Field, so that should be a pretty interesting home run derby because they're up there in Colorado. That's that air, man. They let that ball fly up there. That ball get to traveling in Colorado, man.
Elevation. Y'all see that? I was thinking of other chances that they were doing on betting. The soccer and everything for this weekend too.
Okay.
And that's what I was thinking. Man, DraftKings is about to have all types of
What you guys think about Team USA losing to Nigeria?
I didn't even see who's on the roster for this.
I don't even know who played either. That was hilarious to me though, because I saw Michael Blackston and a whole bunch of people. They were up there dancing and stuff. They were celebrating them beating us. That was hilarious.
Hey, sports are back.
They back.
Sports are back. But hey, so who y'all had y'all bet on for McGregor now?
What'd you say now?
Who y'all had y'all bet on for the UFC fight?
Oh man, I can never know what McGregor's gonna be up to. But the way his leg is looking, he might need to just go ahead and sit it down, bro. It was
Connor might be a Donner.
well,
hey, that boy, how you just your leg just come apart, just break apart
Hey.
like that? How?
Hey,
like,
he messed that leg up. He was still walking. That's how I said, man, this boy on some cocaine or something, man. That boy was still trying to fight, wasn't it?
He threatened somebody and told he was gonna like kill somebody in their wife.
That's crazy.
Fighter, like look down.
That dude right there, man, he insane. I said, man, this dude coked up or he on something. He on something.
He ain't no leg.
Because the picture they took, the man was still standing like this, but his leg, instead of being like this, that thing like this. I said, what kind of mess?
Crazy.
He was still standing now, just like normal. He ain't lying.
Hey, and he was still sitting there trying to fight. Man, I was like, dude, do you not know that your leg's sideways? That is the wildest thing.
I haven't seen something that was like that live since like Kevin Ware and Paul George.
Paul George had some crazy stuff go on.
How does something like that happen? Like I'm just like, dang.
But I don't like Paul George is at least
he needs some milk.
McGregor was just, I don't know. I couldn't watch that one again.
You gotta drink more milk, man.
Okay.
Not the almond milk, the real deal.
Gotta get that calcium. Brittle bones, man. They out here like glass, like Mr. Glass. It's messed up.
Okay, Jalil Okafor. But all these other guys, I don't know. Josh Okogie. It's looking suspect for USA basketball.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on who is on the USA basketball team myself. I saw like some picture that. So is Kevin Durant and all those guys on there?
He's on it, but I haven't seen him in anything.
See, that's what I was looking for. Cause see, I saw a picture. They had like him. They had Damian Lillard on there. They had like some more people on there, and I was like, "Where these guys at?" Because I know they didn't get beat, but not by Nigeria.
Because the only person I'm seeing that's in the finals now is Chris Middleton. That's on the team.
I don't know. And Chris Middleton, man, I mean, like that dude, man, you don't need him. That dude right there is not a superstar. He can shoot. I give him that. He can shoot, but I wouldn't get a game to him. I wouldn't be like bring the ball up. That's what Antetokounmpo there for.
Right, that man is a real Greek freak, man. That man playing point guard and center.
That dude bring it up exactly, man. He just come through. All he do is just take 2 steps. He pick it up, take 2 steps. Boom, boom, That's it. That's his only move. That's the only move he needs, though.
Yeah.
That's the only move needed. But that's some interesting stuff right there. So I'm seeing one thing too, because we were talking about things that were opening up and things of that nature. I'm seeing that people are turning bullish on Cheesecake Factory. Now, at one point, I know Cheesecake Factory was not paying their rent and all that stuff, and people was thinking that they were about to go bankrupt and all that, and like get put out and all this type stuff. But now they're turning bullish.
I like Cheesecake Factory.
I like the Cheesecake Factory too. It just depends. Like I have to be in the mood because it's like they're not a master of anything. They just got a big menu.
A giant menu, bro.
Yeah, it's just like they got a big menu and it's like, yeah, we serve all this stuff, but we not really experts at none of this stuff.
Hey, but when it first came out, Cheesecake Factory had some hype behind it. Everybody was trying to get in there. It used to be
because how they wrote the letters. See, the letters make you feel like you're going to Aladdin or something. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you in Aladdin Nights or something like that. And then when you go on the inside and it's all decked out with like the little stuff, they make you feel so like luxurious. And then you go in there and they like, man, $12 for a slice of cheesecake. Yeah, man, we hit the spot now. Yeah, you know how people be, man. They get to a point, man, they want to spend some money. They like, man, Cheesecake Factory, let's go.
Exactly.
They going to eat at a spot that tell them all they do is specialize in cheesecakes, man.
They say you can't get another cheesecake from any other place besides.
Man,
They
don't
going
y'all
to
know-
eat in that thing, though, boy. They like, man, we going to eat in here. They don't even get no cheesecake.
Man, don't y'all know the first time I went to Cheesecake Factory, I didn't think there was no food there. I thought it was just dessert.
You thought it was
I
just straight
like, "Bro,
cheesecakes. You go in that thing like, man, shoot, I'm going for this cheesecake. Where they at?
That's it.
Hey, you go in that thing, you finna go into like a factory where they just putting them and they got an assembly line of nothing but
Yeah.
cheesecakes flying through there like a Krispy Kreme spot or something like that.
Man.
Y'all ever been inside those big Krispy Kreme shops where they have like the donuts and the roll and they be going all the way around the shop and stuff?
Yeah.
That jump, I like that.
Hey, that hot sign on.
The hot sign gotta be on. If the hot sign not on, man, I'm passing by.
Facts.
I don't know. Apparently, speaking of Krispy Kreme, Shaq owns a couple Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, they burned his down over there on they burned it down on Punts.
Yeah, I didn't know he owned that.
So the thing is, it burned down on Punts. And guess what? The thing caught back on fire. I literally had just rolled by this spot, like, no lie, probably about a week or 2 ago, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, dang, I was gonna go over there because I remembered that the Krispy Kreme sat over there. I rolled by, I was like, dang, it's closed. And I looked at it, I said, dang, it like it burnt up. I was like, they must have had some fried donuts in there one day or something. So next thing I know, I go and look at the news a few days later. It wasn't even a full week later. They say the bad boy caught on fire again. I'm like, how did something that I already burnt down catch on fire again?
For a second time.
So it seemed like Shaq might have did something to somebody out here, man. And they
It might
burning
be
down his
some
Krispy
Sean
Kreme.
when
Shaq done pissed somebody off. They burning down his Krispy Kremes, man.
Boy, that's wild right there, boy.
It is, cause that pissed me off, man. I was trying to get some. I really was, man.
Shaq got a lot of power plays out there now, man.
Oh man, that's what I was looking. I was looking into some of the businesses he owns.
He got a
Yeah,
he got
Shaq
hookah
got a
lounge
lot
in
of
Jones-
businesses.
He got a hookah lounge in Jonesboro.
In Jonesboro, you said?
Yeah, it's called Shahookah Lounge.
Shuka.
Shahookah.
That's where it was. So it's he owns a lot of Five Guys, and then those 24-hour fitnesses. He owns like 40 of those.
Yeah, he owns a lot of stuff.
A lot of restaurants, car
Yeah.
washing.
Y'all about to say car washes and a whole bunch of things.
Wow.
Yeah, Shaq, man, he was smart with his money. He put it into a lot of different companies, a lot of different businesses. Then he still gets all those endorsements, and then he's still doing analysis. Like Shaq doing real well.
Hey, you been when the last time you heard from your semiconductor company, TSMC AC?
I do know that they got a earnings call this week. They got an earnings report dropping this week. Other than that, I haven't heard too much about them, to be honest. Like I haven't been looking at them. I'll say that because you know what I'm looking at. I'm on their rival Intel right now. I'm trying to drive that thing down.
Right.
I'm trying to ride it down, man. Ride the wave down.
Sure, TSMC just struck that deal on the COVID manufacturing. They're gonna be in Foxconn.
Okay.
Said Taiwan
That's some good
said
news.
they ain't doing- Yeah, say Taiwan said they ain't doing with nobody else. They keeping it in their house.
Nice. And see, they're the largest manufacturers anyway, and they really control a lot of that stuff when it comes to the foundry anyway. So, yeah, those guys, those are huge players. Like, you have to have TSM on your side. Like, if you don't have them on your side, then it's like,
Yeah, I keep an eye on that. Damn, and Foxconn is Foxconn publicly traded?
I think Foxconn is. I'm not sure what their ticker is, but I think they are.
Yeah, that's a nice loan because I mean they're partnering with everybody for factories here in the U.S. now.
They're actually giving, because they have the what's the name of it? I think they provide like a lot of different things, like a lot of supplies, especially to like Apple and things of that nature. They have another one I think called Arrow. I think Arrow is another. I got to look it back up. I think it's called Arrow though.
I think they're doing manufacturing for Fisker too here.
Okay. Nice.
I don't know if y'all saw that with QQQ was with running with Tesla.
QQQ was running because of Tesla.
Well, bro, I guess they're doing something together now, but they're doing economic recovery is slowing the variant spread. That was interesting news I saw within this thing.
Slowing the variant spread. Hey, anybody that can say they slowing anything with the variant can make money today.
Yeah.
So we need to just tell them we got the cure, sell it to them.
Exactly. Hey, that's what they doing, man. They out here just giving folks little routine checkups.
Because we haven't gotten through the first one.
We
still don't know what we're fighting. He's gonna add another.
Hey, it's hilarious though, but in other news, y'all got some picks, man. Y'all want to share with the people before we get off of here?
Oh yeah, sure. I know I just want to talk about that little software company, Didi, that Chinese software company. They actually got 20 something apps taken out the app store because of data issues, like data.
Really?
Dang.
And I just feel like this is really a big thing. Like this data thing is like getting a little major. Like people are trying to see who can get the most data nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure though.
That's protecting it.
They're trying to get it and sell it.
Yeah, they selling it.
Yeah, they're trying to get it and sell it for sure.
That's just wild, man. Like, so what? I wonder what the ultimate goal is. You think it's just for selling, or somebody working on something a bigger plan?
Somebody getting that stuff to sell it to somebody,
right?
So that they can do whatever they need to do. You know, it's always a larger purpose. All this stuff.
Oh yeah. Nah, I would say, hold on, man. I think I'm sitting in this lithium ion ETF right now.
Okay.
LIT. It's a battery ETF, so got some pretty good
it's lit
companies in there. Huh?
I said it's lit.
It's lit, literally. Literally.
Like, I'm gonna stay looking at these. I want to see what's gonna happen as this day goes with this, Moderna and Pfizer and all those. So they may get some retail play.
On the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, me personally, I like our old friend LL, Lumber Liquidators. We know that lumber is up. We know that people are still trying to buy homes and things of that nature. Still got new construction going on. And they're in a very nice pattern that I like. So I'm calling Lumber Liquidators. I like them right now. I got a few more that I like, but I'm just going to talk about them. I'm going to share the rest of them with our premium people. But with that being said, I want to encourage everybody to head over to hackthemarketstrading.com. Get you a free account. If you want a little bit more information, you want to ask some questions, you want to see what we're making money off of, and any of that type stuff, then you can definitely sign up for a premium account. And we'll have all types of good information for you sitting there. Definitely like the Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well too. We're live every Monday and every Thursday, 8 p.m. So, of course, you guys can get any questions and things of that nature that you want answered live with us. We didn't have any come in tonight, so we're just going to go ahead and jump off. So, let's see. Anything else y'all want to share with them before we come back on Thursday?
See how this playoff game goes, man.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have something to talk about Thursday.
Thanks. Catch y'all.
All right, then, guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good trading.